There I am. Yay! Oh my gosh. Okay, we are live. We are officially live. Oh wow. Okay, so welcome everybody. If you are watching this broadcast live or watching it, oh my gosh, I keep getting disconnected. I don't know why my camera keeps getting disconnected. But thank you for watching us live or watching the recording of this later on. But my name is Drea Miller, if you don't know me, and I just love hearing these wonderful, awesome stories of people changing their lives and doing that in a healthy way. And I've got my dear, dear friend, Brenda Melville on here. And just to give you guys a little bit background, by the way, Brenda, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for taking time out to do this with us tonight. And when I met you, okay, so kind of going back, it was August 2013.
Yes.
We were in Las Vegas. We were in Vegas. And we were at our company's event, and it was the first time you and I had been to this event, and we had never met, but we were, on the same team. We knew the same people. And I met you, and you had not lost your 100 pounds yet.
Oh my gosh, I still had 80 pounds to go. I only had lost 20 when I went to that event. So I still had 80 pounds to go, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So what was going on in your mind during that time? And we were there for kind of this health and nutrition, convention with our company and our products. And then here, you're showing up and for the first time, what was going on in your mind when you came?
So I was offered a ticket to the convention by our mutual friend and team leader. And when I was kind of nervous to go because I thought everyone there was going to be super fit. So I thought I was going to be the only overweight person there. And I had 80, I had 100 pounds to lose, but I still had 80 to lose at that point. So I didn't know what to expect when I got there. And when I'm glad I went, I actually didn't have anyone, a travel companion or anything. I got on the plane by myself. I had just finished my first 30 days on our program the day that I got on the plane to come to the event. And so when I got there, but yeah, everyone that I met was so friendly and they all just want to see everyone else succeed. So that was one thing that really kind of sold me on the company in general and our products. And when I saw everybody walking across the stage that had lost 100 pounds already, I thought, I can do this. I'm going to be up there on stage next year. And so I made that one of my goals. And so, I did it.
You took.
Hi, Laurel.
Hi, Laurel. Hey. And that's so amazing that you said that because indeed, what happened next year?
So by that time, I had achieved one of the highest levels in our company, business-wise, but also, I did that by helping a lot of other people. That's the only way that you can get ahead is by helping other people. But I hit my total of losing 100 pounds and got to walk across the stage with all the other new 100-pound club members on stage in August 2014 in San Diego.
And you were there with your former pants, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, my pants. I was a size 18-20. I was a size 18-20 when I started, and I ended up, now I can, the last that was amazing.
Hold on a second. I printed something out. I wanted to show everybody. I totally forgot to bring it over. Hold on. Look how organized I am. Look at this. Is this what do you feel when you see this? What does this make you, what goes on through your mind when you see this? What does this register for you?
Well, I want to say that I don't recognize the person in the before picture, but I did because I lived it for 20 years. So, I don't ever want to get back to that point, but I was a very tired, overweight mom. That was the heaviest. I weighed 245 pounds in that before picture there. And that was taken shortly before I started. And, I was a single parent for several years. I have two boys that I raised pretty much by myself for about 8 years. And being trying to be a good mom, I thought that I was doing the right thing by putting my kids first. And I didn't really, the full realization of everything didn't really hit me until just recently that, I kind of was doing everything wrong. Because I put my kids first, I wasn't taking care of myself. And so I let my health and my weight get way out of control. And I went back to school to finish my degree thinking I was doing the right thing to support my family. And while I was back in school, I gained 20 pounds a year for 4 years in a row, putting on a total of 80 pounds in 4 years.
Whoa. Whoa.
So I was heavier than my full-term pregnancy weight with my daughter. I have 3 kids. My boys are 21, 19, and then my daughter is 9.
And I've met your daughter, and she is adorable. She is like your little mini me, I think.
She is. She's been my big cheerleader through the whole thing. She's just really been so supportive of my weight loss, and she loves the products too. She loves our shakes and our bars.
Max loves the shakes too, and he loves the chocolate peanut butter bars. He goes crazy for it. So let's go back just a little bit further, because you kind of gave us a little bit of history, and I'm still learning all my interview skills here. So you were raising a mom, you're raising 2 boys practically by yourself. So let's go back a little further. What, if you had to explain your story, where would you want to start? Because I know you've led a life that most people, I would believe that would have been easy for them to give up on themselves.
Right.
Because I think you had every excuse in the book to keep the 100 pounds and maybe even gain more. Because I feel like some of the things I hear from people when they're having trouble losing just a few pounds is the levels of stress and what's going on in their lives. So can you kind of walk us through that a little bit? And then I want to talk about what exactly you did to lose his weight. We want to hear about that. That's really
Right. So I'll try to be as brief as possible, but also as detailed as possible. When I was growing up, I didn't have a dad growing up, so I was raised by my mom. She raised me and my sister as a single parent. And when I was 15, and my sister had just turned 14, she was killed in a car accident. A train hit her car, so it was very devastating. We were both still in school. There was no other driver in our family. My grandma became our legal guardian, but she was kind of already done raising her kids. So, I've been on my own financially since I was 15. But in spite of all of that, I ended up graduating top out of my high school class. I was a valedictorian of my high school class. I earned a scholarship for college. I ended up getting my own house when I was just 20 years old. And I've seen so many people that, I've had friends and even, just really close acquaintances that have had things happen in their lives where they kind of derailed and got into drugs and, just went down a bad path. And so, the same thing could have happened to me and my sister, but we just decided to make better choices that way. But what happened is, as history has a funny way of repeating itself, 10 years later, I found myself raising my 2 boys by myself pretty much, and so that was not easy. You know how it is raising kids, but raising them as a single and as a single parent also, it's not easy. So, I did everything that I could do for my boys that I possibly could, but I had to work to pay the bills. And so a lot of times they were in daycare, and I wasn't being the best mom that I could have been because by putting their needs first, we were on a budget where we only had $50 a week to spend on groceries. That's all we had for food for the week. And so there were times when I went without eating to make sure that my kids had something to eat. And, I made too much money to qualify for any kind of food benefits, but I didn't make enough to cover what we needed as a family. So,
I hear you. I was a single mom there for a shorter period of time than you, just not too long ago, and it's rough. It's rough because I've been there. You're just kind of covering a few things, and thank goodness for our company because that's been a big boost too. So I appreciate you sharing all that because that just gives us a huge background. So you were financially strapped, you were emotionally strapped, you were stressed out, single mom. All of that. So why get it? Why start this program? Why start nutritional cleansing? How did that come to be? How did you find out about it, and what got you started?
So I went back to school full time, and like I said, I gained 80 pounds being back in school to finish my degree. It did pay off in the short term, because as soon as I got my degree, I was able to get a really good job working in an accounting office. I had my own office. And then I unexpectedly, actually, I was introduced to this program by my uncle. So I found myself at my heaviest weight of 245, and my uncle, I had seen that he lost a lot of weight in a short period of time. I hadn't seen him in 5 months. I saw him at Christmas, and then I didn't see him again until my son's high school graduation. And when I saw him, I literally said, "Oh my gosh, you're shrinking. You need to show me exactly what it is that you're doing." And so he and my aunt had me come over to their house, and they showed me exactly, all the products that they were taking. I didn't even ask the cost, because I was making good money in an accounting office at the time. And so I just gave them my debit card, and I said, "I want whatever you guys exactly what you guys used, order it for me."
Yeah.
But what I didn't know was going to happen is that 2 days after I placed my first order, I was unexpectedly let go from my job. So all of a sudden, my income went from earning, over $3,000 a month take home to about $600 a month fixed income that I get from an annuity from my mom's death. So wow. I didn't know how in the world I was going to be able to afford to continue, at that point.
Okay. So here you are, you just pretty much got your products, you realized you lost your job, so you got that stress. This is the point where I'm just like, well, wouldn't you have just been so stressed out, you would have just like, I'm just going to eat a box of Ho-Hos every night and just say, screw it. How did you get through that? How did you even begin to get past the weight? Because so many people would just, there's so many, I'm sure there were so many throwing in the towel and
right.
just. What were you doing to stay on track? What was going on through?
Well, at the time, that was really one of the, besides my kids, that was the program that I was doing. It was working so well for me, and I felt so good that was really the only thing that was helping keep any form of sanity in my life. On top of all of that, my house was in foreclosure. My son, my middle child, decided that he was getting bullied at school, so he decided he was going to go live with his dad. So all of a sudden I end up losing one of my kids, basically, and it was like just everything that possibly could go wrong was going wrong. And so the only thing that was really going right in my life was this program that I was doing. And, that was really the only thing that was helping the storm, the rocky parts in the storm that was going on in my life, So, luckily, what happened with me is I had just enough people noticing my results that they were coming to me and asking me what I was doing, and so I started earning cash rebates off of their orders, and I used that to pay for my next month's order, my next month's order, and my next month's order, and I just kept doing that over and over and over again, and that's how I was able to stay on track with my weight loss. And in a time where I really didn't know how in the world I was going to be able to do it.
No kidding. And with your results, I can't even imagine the flood of people that were asking you what you were doing. So what would you say to those people who have 50 pounds, over 20 pounds of weight to lose? Because that, Brenda, that's like daunting. I can't even imagine what that feels like, because I think because I think you've been there. For a lot of people, the weight fluctuates a little bit, a couple pounds at a time. There's opportunities for them where maybe they forget to bring a shake and they, eat something bad. What were you doing to stay on track? What tips could you give to somebody that was in your shoes? How did you get by day to day when there was, and actually get to that point? Because that's a lot of weight to lose. It's not just a few pounds and you're done.
It is a lot, and that was one of the questions that they had asked me when I was in stage, which we'll have to talk about that too. But
I know.
So basically, I just took it about 10 pounds at a time. So I just and that's what
behind you, by the way.
Oh,
I think that's
yeah. Another Yeah, he lost 100 pounds also.
Martin also lost 100 pounds, everybody.
But yeah, they asked me, what advice do you give to someone that has a lot of weight, that has 100 pounds to lose? And I said, basically, don't look at the whole amount of weight that you have to lose, because it would seem like a mountain, and it would be overwhelming. And so I said just to take it 10 pounds at a time and just set, smaller increments weight loss. So my first month, I didn't lose a huge amount of weight. I lost more inches than I lost weight. So
Martin's pants.
I lost 26 inches my first month. So that, my love handles were gone, my back fat. It was just, the inches were just melting off. And I had never had that happen with any other program. So to add to my background, I had probably tried over 100 different diet and weight loss programs over the last 20 years. And wow. I would lose a little and gain it all back and then some. Some of them I gained weight with. Some of them I didn't lose any weight. And so when I saw my uncle's results, the last thing I wanted to do was to try another program. But he told me that, there was a 30-day money back guarantee. And so I was fully prepared to send it back. If it didn't work, I was going to send the products back. But it worked so well that I couldn't imagine that I finally found the right program for me, that it was going to get me to my goal.
Absolutely. And it did for me. And it did for me too. I wasn't, because you've seen my before pictures, right? And for me, it was that last bit of baby weight that I could not lose, those sticky pounds. And what I didn't realize was I never connected the dots with the toxins and how your body, I had no clue. Because one of the parts of our program is we do this nutritional cleansing part, which everybody thinks it's like you're sitting on the toilet, which is the complete opposite, actually. You're actually nourishing your body.
I love the cleansing. I love it.
I was so freaked out. Were you freaked out at first a little bit about the idea of it?
Well, I've tried colon cleanses before. I managed a health food store for 15 years. So I tried stuff that you had to be right near a bathroom. So I know people, when they get concerned thinking that they're going to have to be near a bathroom, I understand that because I've used stuff like that before. So I was very amazed.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you do? Like, here's my thing. Because we have people that are probably watching this. We got about 7 people on watching us live, which is really cool. Hello, if you're watching. I want to know, when you are working with your friends who are trying to lose weight and they send you a text message at like 8 o'clock at night and they're on a cleanse date and they're like, Brenda, I'm about ready to eat a whole box of cookies. What? Right? Have you been there? I know you've probably been there, but what do you say to them? What do you say to that? What's your advice when something like that happens?
So really what I usually tell them to do, because a lot of times, they always say that hunger is the first sign of dehydration. First of all, I ask them if they've been drinking enough water, and because I remember the very first night of my first cleanse, I did get hungry around 6:30 at night. That's when my body was used to eating. And this is the other thing too that I didn't address. A lot of people think that people that are extremely overweight that have 100 pounds to lose, they think the reason for that is because they overeat. I wasn't overeating. I was working full time. I was working 12-hour days, and during the tax season, I would skip breakfast, I would skip lunch, and then I would eat probably an unhealthy dinner, fast food or something for dinner. And so about that time that I would eat at night, that's when I started getting really hungry. So we have these little wafers that you can eat, which are awesome. They help with cravings, help with appetite control. And so what I did is I ate 2 more of those little wafers and I drank some more water and I started feeling better. And I didn't know if I was going to try a 2-day cleanse or not, but I told myself I'm going to go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I'll see how I feel, and decide then whether I want to do the 2-day or not. The next day I felt so good. I'm like, I can do this. And the second day was so much easier for me because my stomach was already used to it. And I really believe that that's what helped tighten my stomach. Because if you see my before picture from the side view, my skin was just hanging off.
Yeah, I don't have that picture, but yes, it was.
It was. A lot of people swear that I had to have had a tummy tuck or something because, they can't believe that much extra skin can just tighten up on its own. And it really did. I lost my first 70 pounds without even any exercise. The only exercise I was doing was walking to and from class because I was still in school full time when I started. But the biggest advice that I can give people too is just make sure you're eating enough. The people that I'm coaching, when they get stuck, a lot of times it's because their bodies are getting so used to our program that they end up eliminating some of their foods, like they don't eat their snacks, or they maybe cut their meals down to only 300 or 400 calories when their bodies maybe need a little more. And so that's the biggest thing. That's when I try to troubleshoot, a lot of times that's where I find people are having the most trouble. I actually had one girl that was only having 600 calories for the whole day, and I'm like, no, and as soon as she started adding her calories back and eating like she was supposed to, because we can eat a lot. I mean, don't you agree? Like it's not a starvation diet by any means,
No.
And so once she started getting her calories back up to where they needed to be, she lost like 10 pounds instantly almost, because her body was just holding on to all of it. And that's what was happening with me. That's why I ended up 100 pounds overweight, is because I wasn't eating enough. I was my body was storing everything that I was eating. My metabolism had pretty much completely shut off. And so anything that I was taking in, whether it was good for me or bad for me, it wasn't going anywhere. It was just sitting there, and that's how I ended up how I ended up 100 pounds overweight. And so, but I do coach a lot of people that have 100 pounds to lose. I had a girl just message me today. She's just finishing her 30 days tomorrow. And she's I know we're not supposed to talk about weight with time frame, but she told me that she's down 25 pounds. I'm really, really happy because she's under 300 pounds for the first time ever. So, since she's, had her weight struggles. And so so that's what keeps me going now. What keeps me going is seeing the other people's results. But I've kept my weight off for almost 3 years now, and I have never been able to do that with any other program before, ever.
Wow. That's a true testament. That's a true testament. And we've seen it in the studies too. The new Skidmore study talks about how people at our program maintain their weight loss longer than somebody that's just switched to kind of a healthy, low-calorie diet. And that just blows my mind, that peer-reviewed study. But I want to back it up just a tiny, tiny bit, Brenda, because here's the thing. I get a lot of people when I'm coaching feel like they need to get on the nutritional cleansing program. Which is different, right? It's different than anything that a lot of people have done. Any kind of change in your eating habits, I think, is quite a change in habit, right? A lot of times people want to jump in with the nutrition program that we offer, and then they want to be hitting the gym 5-6 days a week. But you did not do that. You did not do that. And I thought that was super smart, whether it was intentional or not, because I feel like, and I've read over and over again, that it's so important to change one habit at a time. Do you agree?
I do kind of agree with that. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I think that, sometimes if you change too many things, like I have people that are trying to quit smoking, or I have, people that are trying to cut out like that. And, baby steps is what helps, because if you're trying to make too many changes all at once, trying to do the nutritional cleansing program plus adding a lot of exercise, your body is not used to all that all at once. So you're making too many changes, and your body can kind of go into shock, where you're going to end up hitting a plateau too soon. So I do kind of agree with that. So
I just feel like some people get so stressed out trying to do too many things, and they kind of have this all or nothing mentality.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like they have this all or nothing mentality, and I feel like sometimes baby steps, especially since you had a long journey. So you lost 100 pounds, you walked on stage in front of 10,000 people, but you didn't stop there.
Right. So what happened with me, another thing that our company offers, which is really awesome, they have a 16-week transformation challenge. And so I got started with that. I didn't start right away. I had actually lost 20 pounds before I found out about the challenge. And as soon as I found out about it, I thought, this sounds like something I'm really interested in doing, because just for every challenge that you finish, you automatically get a $200 product certificate and a t-shirt. I have one of them on right now. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. It says, a year from now, you'll wish you started today. But I got involved in this challenge, and as a single parent, it really helped because the extra $200 in product actually helped me make up some of the money that I wasn't able to spend on my regular orders. Yeah. So I was able to earn $600 in free product each year, which is awesome because you can do 3 challenges per year. And the challenge also helped keep me accountable. So one of the things with the challenge is that you can win money. And so, you know, I'm not money motivated, but being a single parent, it's very, very hard at times to have extra money to be able to do fun things or, you know, to go on vacations with your kids or whatever. And so I thought, I don't know if there's any chance of me ever getting picked as for a, you know, as a winner for pictures. And if this program really does work and I get to my goal, maybe there's a chance of me being able to win something. So on my 3rd challenge that I entered, I ended up getting picked as an honorable mention, and I won $1,000 cash, plus some free tickets to some of our company events. And then on my 6th challenge that I entered, I ended up getting a call that I was picked as a finalist out of, and this was out of over almost 24,000 people. There was for the year. The round that I entered, there was about 6,000 people that entered that round. And so I was one of 5 out of 6,000, but one of 15 out of around 23,500. I won $3,000 cash. I won 3 all expense paid trips, which I was able to take another person on with me. I ended up taking my daughter with me to Las Vegas, and she loved it. She was totally products that were going to be coming out and all kinds of fun things. And so at that point, I actually got to talk on stage in front of about 15 or it was about 13,000 people, I think, at that event. And I had a 1 in 15 chance at winning the $25,000 grand prize, but they ended up picking a guy, which he's been a great representative of our company. So I'm glad, you know, I think they made the right choice. But the really cool thing, too, is I won a 7-day trip to Costa Rica, which was just a fun vacation. And so that was really awesome. So, I mean, there's a lot of, but that just doing that contest over and over again, it just really helped keep me accountable. Besides getting the free product, which was awesome in itself, it's a way of helping keep people on track. So I try to get, the people that I'm coaching, I try to get them all involved in the challenge. You know, I don't force it. I'm so not a pushy person with people, but, you know, if it's something that they sound like they want to do, I try to get them involved in the challenge right away. So,
which I think is huge because we know the people who join the challenge tend to have better results because they're going through the accountability and all kinds. Absolutely huge. And the other perk too is, well, I mean, I don't know if it's a perk depending on what kind of person you are, but you were in almost all of our brochures and a lot of marketing materials. You were all over the place in our company, and it was just there's Brenda, and it was so much fun seeing you do that. It was just so amazing, Wow, it's almost like 30. Oh, go ahead. Would you have something to say?
Yeah. Oh, I never imagined that anything like that would happen. But yeah, I've actually been on the cover of the last 2 the company's promotional book, the lookbook that shows all the before and after pictures. And so that's kind of just crazy. But you know, right now, I mean, it really gives me a lot of joy seeing other people's transformations. And so that I know that this is something that I'm meant to be doing, is helping other people. And I love it. I really do. I love helping people reach their goals, whether it's weight loss or energy, performance, healthy aging, whatever their goals might be, you know, or even earning some extra money, you know, wealth creation.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah. I know. I never got in it for the money. I was just becoming one of those frumpy moms that I never thought I was going to be. And I remember I shared it with a few other people. I've been, you know, using the products for a couple of months, and Kerry Nickel, you know, calls me up and he's like, he's like, Drea, hey, you made $600 this week. And I about fell off the floor. I was like, how did I make $600? Oh, she had to run off. I was crazy. Anyway,
Okay.
it's real life. This is real life. But let me do my camera. But yeah, something that, by the way, it was just something that I was just doing anyway. It was something that I was just doing anyway. And I agree. It went from about me to I would get so excited when other people would like post a result or talk to me about it. And so that's what I want. Like I just want to be that cheerleader for people and do that. And I think that's what you and I do. And I think it's important to say, you know, there's a lot of people watching this that probably don't know anything, don't know much about the program that we're on, don't much about the company that we're involved in. But I will say, if you're, you know, if you're a friend of Brenda and you know, you want to learn more, definitely contact her. You know, those of you that know me or just, you know, just catching in, just catch right for you and get more details on how the program works. I mean, feel free to contact me. You can PM us. We are just here to help you. I mean, isn't that? I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And our what else? We have our Facebook group where people can post how they're doing and get advice, and that's been super critical, I think, for me and the people that I coach. What about you? Have you found the same?
The Facebook groups were huge for me. That was what kept me going too, because I didn't really have a lot of support at home when I started. So that's what really the support keep me going personally.
Okay. Yeah. Super.
And hi, Carrie. Saw his comment on there, but
I know they posted on there anyway. It was across the screen, but I don't know if there's something what's wrong with my camera. I keep, you know, freezing up. I don't know what's going on. Now, obviously, your connection is way better. There, I just froze again. Obviously,
surprise.
Well, I don't know. Karma's like, it's all about Brenda. It's the Brenda show tonight. I'm just gonna freeze Drea in really ugly positions. Oh my gosh. So really quick about the program, do you want to just quickly, just in like a nutshell, kind of give an idea of what the program looks like? Because here's the thing that I want to point out. This program, if you guys haven't heard of it, it is so simple and easy to follow, and it's super healthy, and it's something that you can do if you're super, super busy. Brenda, tell them what you did. What did you do that first 30 days? What does it look like?
My first 30 days, I wanted to have the best results that I could, because I actually, wanted people to notice my results just in case it was something that I thought I was going to continue to do. You have a complete nutrition meal replacement shake. It's not a diet shake. There is nothing in it that makes it a weight loss shake. It's just complete, good, healthy nutrition. So, kids can use it, nursing moms, pregnant women can use it. It's just a complete nutrition shake. So you're replacing 2 of your meals with this nutrition shake. You can either replace, I always do breakfast because I'm not a big breakfast eater. So I usually use one for breakfast, and then I would do another one either for lunch or dinner. I kind of alternated it depending on my schedule. And then you have an adaptogen drink that you drink first thing in the morning, which I love. It has really helped tremendously with my stress and with my immune system. It's just all natural plant adaptogens. I, kind of tend to have a stressful life. I mean, like Drea kind of, went over, but,
Wait, I have to back up on Bill Sabley. You know what Bill Sabley calls that adaptogen drink? Do you know what he calls it?
What?
Yoda in a can.
Oh. Yeah. So the other thing I really love is that I'm not a big pill person. I never was. Even when I worked at the health food store, I just didn't like taking a lot of pills. So we only have 2 pills that come with our program, unless you do the Vita Pack, which is great also. But if you're just doing the basic 30-day program, you have a fat burner accelerator pill, and that helps with digestion. And so those are the only 2, pills that you take. And then we have a cleanse drink, which is amazing. You can either do, you get enough for 4 cleanse days. So you can do 1 a week, or you can do 2 back-to-back weeks in a row. And I chose to do the 2 back-to-back cleanse days because I felt that I would get better results that way, which I really think it helped with my appetite control and my cravings. And then you eat one healthy meal. So you're having a 400 to 600 calorie regular healthy meal, and then you're having a couple healthy snacks. So the snacks, you want to keep them between 100 to 150 calories. I never counted calories on this program. I just assumed that if I was doing my 2 meals, my 2 shakes, my 1 meal, and my 2 snacks, that I was getting enough for what my body needed. You know, if you need to, you can have another protein drink at night before you go to bed if you're still feeling like you're still hungry. But, you know, a lot of people are fine with just doing the 2 shakes, the meal, and the 2 snacks. Good snacks are hard-boiled egg, almonds, walnuts. Those are the ones I usually use, or tuna, because I was kind of on the go all the time. So I really didn't have time to cook. I had to have stuff that I could just grab and take with me. So I tried to do stuff that was already, you know, that was already ready for me to be able to eat it. And so I tried to use snacks with protein in it. The snack wafers are great. I usually try to save those for my cleanse days, though, because that's when I need them the most. But you can use them on regular days, on your shake days. And it's just a great program. In the health food, you know, in a health and nutrition store, and I'd never tried anything like this program before.
I remember you telling me that. I remember that blew me away, because at the health food store that you worked at, I mean, there's and like you had access to all of that.
Oh,
and
it was all kinds of stuff. And I tried about all, you know, I tried almost all of it. So
yeah, that's crazy, and that's a real testament to the kind of products that our company produces. And you know, I was talking to Jenny Ely. We were doing an interview last week with her, you know, because she's a mom of 4, right? And so we talked a lot about the convenience factor. Like you just pointed that out. Is, don't get me wrong, I love a good steak. I love pizza. I love wine. I love real food. But you know, if I had to be honest with myself, I rarely have the time to make all those meals. And when I did my fitness competition, that was 6 meals a day. And this made it so much easier to stick with, because it's either you can like pull into the drive-thru at McDonald's and pay $6 for a value meal, or you know, open a shake, you know, do a shake with some water that costs less than $3.
And you're getting so I can't imagine not having the, you know, our shakes now. They're just so good.
I know, so good. So wow, we're getting to 40 minutes now, so I know you got stuff to do. Is there anything else that you want to share with anybody? Anything that somebody at home, they're feeling desperate, they're feeling hopeless, Brenda, you know, so this is a hard mountain to climb. What do you want to say to those people?
So I mean, probably the biggest thing that I run into is people not being able to afford the program. And so I just try to help them break it down. One of our nutrition shakes, it comes to $2.85 a serving. So even if you can't do the entire program to start with, you can start out with the shakes and maybe the accelerator pill. I've had people lose weight with just those 2 products, you know, the fat burner pill and the shakes. But complete nutrition shake for $2.85. I don't know of any other place where you can buy a healthy meal under $3. Even if I wouldn't have had the financial problems, I saved money doing this program because it cost less than what I was spending before on my food.
Yes.
So anytime I would go out to eat, if I ate fast food, it would cost me at least $6 or $7. If I ate at a restaurant, it'd be more like 12 or 15. So when you can get a meal for under $3, it has saved me so much money.
I agree. So I don't think they realize how much they spend on a monthly basis, because they spend it in such small spurts, and then you know, you ask them, like, they're kind of paying for everything up front, all the meals up front, and then that's, you know, meal by meal. So, and our shakes are the best. I mean, the enzymes to help you digest all the protein and get all the nutrients into you, the trace minerals. Our shakes, there's nothing like our shakes. Like, I really feel like there are a lot of products out there, and I'm just going on a little rant here, but there's so many other things that are comparable, but they're not comparable. Like, when you really break everything down and look, and if you're like a geek like me and you look at the ingredients, there's just nothing that compares. And I think that's a great point. Like, sometimes just starting out with the shakes can catapult you into, into other
You're
to better.
so right. You're right. The thing that's amazing about our shakes, I have never seen any other product that actually tightens the skin while you're losing. I've tried so many other shakes in diet and weight loss programs. I mean, so many. If I had to make a list, I would easily be able to write down over 100. I know I could over the last 20 years. And I have never seen anything that works like this does. I just haven't. Not sure what's going on. Oh.
There I am. Okay. And I did not see it. Hello. And I did not see that happen for you. I did not see that. It did. And I think it's a testament to the nutrition that gets put in all of our products. You're not starving yourself. You're getting the right amount of nutrition. I keep freezing. But Brenda, I just wanted to thank you again for taking the time to do this interview and come on board with us. Man, I keep freezing. Okay? I
can hear you.
Even when I'm frozen?
Yep.
Okay. So, but I just wanted to thank you again for coming on, and I want to show you, I know you probably get sick of seeing this sometimes, or do you?
I don't. It's not that I like to look at myself, but I like to see how far I've come. I don't ever want to get back to that before picture, and I know that I won't.
Yeah, you won't. You won't. Well, I think about you all the time, and you're such an inspiration. And I know when I work with a lot of the people that I coach, I always tell them your story because I think it's so huge and so important that. That pretty much anything that's going on in your life, you can have all the strife. You had so much financial, emotional going on, and that you still were able to manage and stay consistent on this program, and you're a testament to that. And I want you to please still, promise me you'll still share your story with others. I know you will, but please do so, and please come back and visit us sometime.
Yeah, and thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Aw, thank you. Well, we love you. We'll let you get to bed and get some coaching done and help some other people. Again, if you want to get a hold of Brenda, or I almost called you Brenda. If you want to get a hold of us, and me, you can work with me. If you're friends with Brenda, give her a call because she's just going to coach you and put you in the right direction. So with that, we'll leave you. Good night, everybody. Good night, Brenda. Thank you so much.
Good night. Thank you.